Today, L&D professionals are aware, at least in principle, that what needs to be done for training to be effective. They are aware of the importance of understanding employees' training needs, and they are also aware that they must align L&D programs with their organization's strategic objectives. So what does design thinking add to this, and how can practically help here?
Yeah, well, it's true, if a company has really successfully implemented high-performance, successful training programs, then they most likely have a great instructional design process and it works. In that case, I guess there's no need to introduce design thinking specifically for learn and development because good instructional design already takes into account many of the key elements of design thinking. But otherwise, if L&D professionals, if managers in L&D see signs that the programs may not be entirely satisfactory for their internal clients or for the organization in general, then design thinking is definitely one of the best ways, I think, the shortest routes to developing outstanding programs. So one reason is that, of course, design thinking helps things because it's a clear-cut process. It helps structure things. And especially when, we don't know where to start and we don't have kind of the high altitude view on how to go about doing, improving instructional design and so forth. It gives a kind of a skeleton of a process, which is very useful, that you start with really understanding your internal clients, you identify a specific need, you use collaborative teams, including internal clients, to find many solutions, to prototype them, to test them, again, with internal clients in small groups, and to improve and so forth. So it gives this kind of structure. And that's one utility of design thinking for L&D. A second one, it's that this mindset of being client-centered means that the L&D service, the department, is going to be prioritizing learners and their needs at every stage, not just one course isolated and thinking in terms of a succession of courses, but in a way we're thinking about the whole map, the whole program, the whole route of a person to get from A to Z. And so when we're designing a training program, it's a much broader, it's situated in a much broader context because we're focused on the evolution of this manager or of this talent. So then there's a third factor, which is this very deep-setted orientation of design thinking towards creativity. So it means it's not just like an afterthought, let's do a little brainstorming and so forth, but it really translates into a kind of a challenge. People challenge each other and they don't just accept what's already established. They really want to push things, to push the envelope. And so there's a lot of problem framing, reframing, asking if the way we've always been doing it has to be the way we do it. There's ideation, of course, and there are tools for ideating. So the creativity is a big part of design thinking. And finally, of course, the collaborative approach. This is a fourth interesting contribution of design thinking to L&D, because there's an explicit recognition that we want to create something that takes into account all stakeholders, including, of course, top management, including, of course, the people who are the internal clients and instructional experts and so forth. So I think all these factors make for a very useful approach to L&D.